Test 1, 2. Well, good evening and welcome to Vikings football here on the Vikings Network, BFSD events here on YouTube, as the Vikings head out east in a non-conference battle with Jefferson High School here in Boulder, Montana. This is James LaFontaine with you, the voice of the Vikes and the Vows, on a little bit of a chilly night, 41 degrees and a few clouds in the sky tonight. Wind was blowing pretty good earlier. Hopefully will calm down for tonight's game. I want to thank my sponsors and the sponsor for this pregame is the Bigfork Dental Center. Dr. Aaron Price and team at Bigfork Dental Center are proud to support the Vikes and Vows athletics. See Dr. Aaron Price and her dental team for all your dental needs, including digital radiographs, tooth-colored fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, dentures, and much more. Now accepting new patients of all ages. Call today at 837-5611 or see bigforkdental.com. The Bigfork Dental Center, proud sponsors of Bigfork High School Vikings football. We'll be back here momentarily. I had an interview with the defensive coordinator for the Vikes, and we'll have that interview for you here on the pregame show. All right, welcome back to Boulder, Montana, as the Vikings get ready to take on the Panthers of Jefferson High School in a non-conference battle. And I had a chance to talk with the defensive coordinator for the Vikings, Mr. Ed Buttrey, in interview before the ball game. We'll take a look and listen to what he has to say. All right, that's a defensive coordinator and defensive coordinator for the Vikings, Ed Buttry, on the pregame show. James LaFontaine back with you, looking at A35 and Bigfork, 837-5010. Say hi to Marcus Balgos and the gang over at Bigfork Harvest Foods. Taking a look at your starting lineup for tonight. First of all, for the Panthers, their starting defense, a free safety, Jackson Yanzik. Number 5 is a 5'8", 155-pound senior. At cornerback, 6 foot 165, a sophomore. Number 6, Joey Visser. Number 7, Santana Page is a cornerback at 6 foot 2, a senior. At 5'9", a sophomore safety. Number 9, Braden Morris. Outside linebacker, 6 foot 2, senior. Number 18, Josiah Williams. Also at safety, a 6'1", senior. Number 26, Avery Stiles. Matt Reel, number 52, is defensive tackle, 6 foot 3, 250 pounds. 15 pounds, and a senior, 6 foot and 200 pounds, even defensive tackle, 53, Carson Pettis. And on the DN is number 59, James Nathan, a 6 foot 2 senior. And defensive tackle, 6'1", senior, number 71, Cohen Justy. And finally, the defensive end, number 72, Derek Nygaard, a 6'5", senior. And under head coach for the Panthers, Clint Lang, and assisted by Josh Armstrong, Josh Morris, Kurt McKieran, and Keith Simondinger. Hey, this is the first time the Bigfork actually has come and played at Jefferson or played Jefferson at all during the regular season. Here's your starting lineup for defense for the Vikings. It'll be number 1, Isaac Epperly at defensive back. He's a 140-pound, 6 foot 2 freshman. At middle linebacker, sophomore, 185 pounds, 5'10", number 3, Levi Taylor. At defensive back, safety, 5'8", 140 pounds, sophomore, number 11, George Buckland. Also a defensive back, 5'9", 160 pounds, sophomore, number 21, Jackson Abney. At an outside linebacker spot, 6'1", 155 pounds, senior, 24, Kanan LaFontaine. At the other linebacker, he's 145 pound, 5'6", sophomore, number 30, Wyatt Hurd. Also at linebacker, playing 4 linebackers tonight, 5'10", 175-pound freshman, Joseph Ferrier, number 34. On the DN, it's Jimmy Abney, wearing number 38, 5'11", 175-pound senior. Defensive tackles, Fletcher Postlethwaite at 6 foot even, 260 pounds, just a sophomore, wearing number 67. Robbie Kaiser, the other defensive end, and he is a senior, 6 foot 2, 200 pounds, number 71, Robbie Kaiser. And finally, the nose guard at 6 foot 5, 300 pounds, senior, number 74, David Wickwire. For head coach Pat Munson, assisted by Connor Coleman, Tristan Clark, Ed Buttry, Eric Thorness, and Jim Epperly. Hey, common opponents for these two. Jefferson is 4-2 on the season. Bigfork is 3-3. Both lost to Townsend and to Florence. The Vikes losing to Townsend in the opening game 20-14, although I thought they had a real good chance of winning that one, and losing to Florence 31-0. Jefferson lost to Townsend 22-19 and lost to Florence 28-15. Get ready for kickoff, and the Vikings will kick off. I believe they deferred to the second half. 406-270-7384. James LaFontaine with you. Let me know if you can hear me out there. This kickoff brought to you by Gilliard Painting. Tanner to kick off for the Vikes. Kicks it deep, back at about the 11-yard line. The Panthers right up the middle. He's going to break to the outside. Just Tanner stoned him. And I don't see any flags on the play. And number 5, Jackson Yanzik, runs right up the middle on the kickoff. Untouched, breaks to the outside, and scores the touchdown for the Vikes. Well, we're just into the ball game, and an opening kickoff return touchdown for the Panthers, and on for the extra point try for Jefferson. Looks like number 40 on with the extra point try. Dylan Root, he makes that with 11:48 to go. Only 12 seconds into the ballgame, and the Vikings trail 7-0 on your Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. All right. Ron and Jamie, okay, you can hear, so we're broadcasting out there. Well, the Vikings now, they'll get an opportunity. Back in the day, Buckland returned one 86 yards against Loyola for a touchdown. We'll see who's back today. Kicking off for the Panthers. Check momentarily who that is going to be. And wearing number 33 is Caleb Smartnick. Back deep, George Buckland, Keenan LaFontaine, and Wyatt. LaFontaine picks it up at the 18, runs it right up the middle, and stopped as him and Buckland and Wyatt Hurd back deep. Brings it all the way out to the 28, maybe the 29-yard line. We'll see where they spot it. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikes from their own 29. Good field position. Not caught deep. A little bit of a short kick. Had to pick it up about the 18. Picks up about 11 on the return. 2 wide receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Taylor right next to Wallen in the shotgun. Wallen throws it out. And pass falls incomplete. Intended out on the left side to LaFontaine. And incomplete. Wallen on the quarterback option there. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the 29 for the Vikings. White, once again, the Vikes in a different set. They'll go 2 receivers out wide to the left, 1 to the right. Wallen and shotgun. Taylor on his right side. The snap. Fakes it to Taylor. And brought down for a loss near the 25. And they're going to spot at the 26. Loss of 3. Bring up 3rd and 13. As Wallen puts it in the belly of Taylor and takes it out and keeps it himself. And the Panthers right there. Cohen Justy, I believe, on the tackle. Little trips right. Single receiver, Buckland over the left. Wallen, shotgun. Taylor next to him in the backfield. Wallen gets it out quickly on the swing pass. LaFontaine going to break up the right side. Going to go up across the 40, down near the 30, 45, out of bounds on the far side. And a nice pass by Wallen. Keenan uses his speed and gets up to the 44-yard line. And picks up 18 on the play, and that'll be a 1st down for the Vikings. So a nice play there by Wallen on the bubble screen. 1 receiver right, 1 receiver left, I formation. Wallen under center. Taylor right behind him, tosses it out. Wyatt Hurd up the left side. Nice block by the wide receiver, Buckland. And Hurd will get across into Panther territory across the 50, down and down near the 47. We'll see where they spot it. And he's going to pick, we'll call it 8, and 2nd down and 2. Got to get to the 46. They're just short of the 47. So 2nd and 2 for the Vikes. On a nice play by Wyatt Hurd. 1 receiver right, 1 left. Shotgun formation by Wallen. Taylor in the backfield on his right side. Wallen looking it over. Calling the snap. Hands it off. Taylor right up the middle. Taylor near the 1st down marker. Fumble and picked up by the Panthers. Number 26. Avery Stiles picks it up and runs it up to Bigfork territory at the 45. Couldn't tell if Levi's knee was down or when the ball came out from here, but a fumble no, indeed, and turnover by the Vikings. And the Panthers will have it in good position, 1st and 10 at the Vikings' 45-yard line. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers out right, 1 to the left. Running back right behind him. Hand off to the running back. Out to the right side. And run out of bounds by Epperly is number 5, Jackson Yanzik. And he'll cross the 40 down to the 39. And that'll be a first down as he picks up 11 on the play. First and 10 at the Vikings 39-yard line. So the Vikings bend not break defense needs a step right here. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Shotgun formation. Hands it off to the running back Yanzik again. But this time the Vikings are right there. Postal wait. In on the stop as they hand it off. Check that. Wasn't Yanzik this time. It was number 22. Riley Stock on the carry, and Yanzik will come in for Stock. Pickup of 3, 2nd and 7 from the 32. Two receivers right, 2 to the left. Motion, shotgun formation, hands up to Yanzik. Gets outside as Yanzik and Buckland slows him down, and bringing him down is number 21, Jackson Abney, in on the stop. Not before Yanzik takes it inside the 20 down near the 17, and a 1st and 10 for Jefferson at the Viking 17-yard line. Shotgun formation. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Motion is 1 receivers. Hands off to the running back. And right there, Buckland, the cornerback, along with number 60, Luke Benson on the stop as the toss is number 22, Riley Stock. Goes down the field 5 yards before he's touched, and he'll get it down inside, just inside the 10, almost the 9-yard line. We'll call it 2nd down, and along 2, we'll call it 2nd and 3. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Shotgun formation is number 9, Braden Morris. Handoff to Yanzik. Right there is Rodriguez in on the stop, and Kaiser and Wallen. Takes it down there to the 8-yard line. It'd be gets it down to the 8-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for Jefferson. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Shotgun formation, the back right behind the quarterback. Motion goes to wide receiver, and a whistle and a flag flies. It'll be a false start on the Panthers. That'll cost them 5 yards. Should push them back to the 13-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal from the 13. Stock in the game for Yanzik. And they'll do the same formation. Single setback, shotgun formation for the quarterback, Morris. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Like he's going to throw it deep. And on the sideline, caught. Buckland runs him out of bounds, caught by number 6, Joey Visser. And takes it down inside the 10 near the original line of scrimmage. And they'll mark it at about the 7. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 7 for the Panthers. They'll go tight formation, 1 receiver out wide right. Quarterback, Morris, goes under center. Single setback, Yanzik. He's going to toss it, run him out wide right. They seal the corner, and Janzik gets in from 13. Check that 7 yards out for a touchdown for Jefferson with 6:50 to go here in quarter number 1. Extra point try by number 40, Dylan Root. Kick is up. It looks like it's off to the left. Nope, they said it was good. And 6:50 to go here at quarter number 1, and the Vikings trail 14-0 on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard. Well, tell them you heard it here on BFSD Events. Head over to the Montana Athletic Club and say hello to the folks there and thank them for sponsoring Bigfork Vikings football. Well, the Vikings were moving the football. They moved it into Panther territory. Just that one mistake, and that will cost you. You can't make critical mistakes like that. Buckland back deep along with Hurd and LaFontaine. And kicking off, it'll be number 33, Caleb Smartnick for the Panthers. And Vikings need to return the favor and take one back to the house. Kicks it up. It's going to be short. Picked up by the Vikings. That's Joseph Ferrier. He picks it up around the 32, brings it out to about the 33, maybe the 34-yard line. Picks up a couple. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikings at about their 33-yard line. And time to get the offensive rolling. Take care of the football and move it down the field and put some points on the board here in the quarter number 1. So 2 receivers out to the left, 1 receiver to the right, single setback. LaFontaine in motion. Wallen hands off to him. LaFontaine breaking out the right side. Interrupt, nice block, gets it out to the outside, dances up the sideline, across the 35. We'll see what they spot it. They're going to spot it about the 36-yard line, I believe. And it'll pick up a 3. That'll bring up 2nd down and 7. So we'll go 2 receivers out to the left, tight formation, single drag route at the 45, and it'll fall incomplete. And that'll bring up 3rd down and about 7 for the Vikings. Little static out there. Don't know how to get rid of that, but we'll live with it for now. All right, 2 trips to the right, stacked. Single receiver out left. Wallen, shotgun formation. Taylor next to Wallen. Looking for Taylor. Throws it out deep. Completes it in and out of the hands of George Buckland. That would have been enough for a 1st down, and that'll bring up 4th down, 4th and 7 for the Vikings at their own 36-yard line. And that'll bring Joseph Ferrier on for punting duties. And going back deep to receive is Jackson Janzik for the Panthers. Ferrier's punt, deep, rolls inside the 4, taking a Bigfork Vikings roll inside the 30, about the 28 or 27, touchdown by Levi Taylor. Right at the 28-yard line, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Panthers. And the Vikings need to get a stop on this one. 1 receiver right, 1 receiver left. Shotgun formation for the quarterback Morris. Takes it, hands it off, and met right there in the backfield. Luke Benson getting in on there, along with Robbie Kaiser in on the stop. Wallen back there as well for the Vikings. And they'll lose about 4 on the play. We'll call it 2nd and 14. So the Vikings defense stepping things up here. Panthers, shotgun formation, single setback behind the quarterback Morris. 2 receivers out right, 1 out left. And Morris with the snap, looking, and a flag flies on the far side. And looks like false start on the Panthers. That'll push it back 5. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 19 to the 38. Or just short of that. 2nd and about received and brought down there by the Vikings is George Buckland as number 18. Josiah Williams makes the catch. Another flag flies late. And we'll see what the indication is. The first one, I believe it's going to be a holding on the Panthers. And the second one might be against the Vikings. Now he's talking to Taylor, so it's definitely against the Panthers. As the quarterback rolled out, I think a holding happened right there. It is holding, offensive holding against the Panthers. That penalty's declined, and two penalties, both on the Panthers. The second one, they'll decline one and take the one that happened in the backfield, and that's going to put the Panthers nearly back inside the 10, about the 6-yard line. They got to get out to the 38. So 2nd and 32. Last time I checked my math. And the Panthers. It's time for the Vikes to pin back their ears. Single receiver out to the right. Shot under center is Morris. Hands off to the running back, Yanzik, and met immediately. Thrown down there by Taylor, who meets him at about the 7 or 8-yard line. And they may have picked up 2 on the play. And brings up 3rd and 30 for the Panthers. Panthers want to make sure they don't make a mistake here. Vikings need to take care of it right here. They'll go single receiver out to the right. Morris with 2 running backs, 1 behind him, 1 right next to him in the shotgun formation. Snaps. Looks to hand it off, hands it to Yanzik. Yanzik tied up. He's not going to get away. There are a whole host of Vikings right there to meet him and stop him short. Led by, I believe, LaFontaine was in on the tackle along with Ferrier and Taylor. I'm not sure who got there first, but stops him at the 27-yard line. It'll be 4th and forever. 4th and 21. LaFontaine, Buckland back deep to receive the punt from the Panthers. Punt off the side of his foot. LaFontaine picks it up. He's going to run out to the right side. Going to go up the right side. Out near the 30-yard line, and a flag flies. That'll be brought back probably because Buckland might have been caught for holding. We'll see what that is. Bounces on the ground. LaFontaine picks it up at about the 48, 49. See what the call is here momentarily. Calls it at the 49, so must have been a holding or a block in the back. Going to go back to the 39-yard line. Didn't see the white hat give any type of signal. That's what I was looking for. It must have been either a holding or a block in the back on Buckland. And Vikings will go on offense. 1st and 10 from the 39. 1 right, 1 left. I formation. Wallen under center. Hands it off to Hurd. Hurd right up the middle. Met and stopped at about the 42-yard line. He'll pick up about 3, I believe. We'll see where they spot it. Josiah Williams on the stop. And we'll call it about 2, maybe 3, 2nd and 7 or 8 for the Vikings. Right about the 40, just short of the 42-yard line. Buckland out left. Abney, LaFontaine stacked behind him. Fisher out right. Shotgun formation is Wallen. Wallen looking, throwing, knocked down is that pass as he was trying to get it out to the right side. And number 72, Derek Nygaard, knocks down the pass. Intended out for the right side by Wallen. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 7 for the Vikings. 3rd and 7, 2:23 to go here in quarter number 1, and the Vikings trailing 14-0 on your Tall Pine scoreboard. Buckland out to the left, along with LaFontaine. Fisher out to the right by himself. Wallen, shotgun formation. Taylor next to him in the backfield. He'll shift him to the left side. Wallen calling the snap. Looking to throw. Gets it out to Taylor. Taylor up the left side, and he's going to be short of the 1st down as he gets across the 45 out to about the 47, and looks like they're going to be about 2 yards short. That'll bring up 4th and 2 and decision time for Patrick Munson. Nice little screenplay by Bigfork. LaFontaine, Fisher to the right. Wallen, shotgun formation, and he's going to punt it. Catches him deep. And touchdown by Buckland right at the 25-yard line. As tried to get the Panthers jump, and they did not. So Wallen punts it down. So pinned him back at the 25. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Panthers. UPS store for all your printing, and shipping needs. 439 Grand Avenue in Bigfork. 837-2002. Trips to the right for the Panthers. Single receiver out to the left. Shotgun formation is Morris with 1 setback. Going to take it deep. Vikings got to put pressure on. Throws it up deep, and Wallen can't quite get to it at the 42-yard line, and it falls incomplete as the quarterback Morris throws it over the intended receiver, which I believe was number 26, Avery Stiles. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line for the Panthers. Taylor back in the ball game. Single receiver out to the left. Stacked receivers by the Panthers on the left side. Shotgun formation, looking, hands it off. Sprint. And Jackson, he fumbles the ball, and the Vikings will get on it. Wyatt Hurd, as the handoff goes to number 6, Josie Visser, and punched away by Wallen, I believe, and recovered there by Wyatt Hurd. So the Vikings return the favor, get the turnover as Hurd falls on it before it goes out of bounds at about the 43-yard line of Bigfork. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikes. As they ran that little reverse, they stacked 3 guys on the left side, a single receiver to the right, and the reverse by Visser, and the Vikings took care of it. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Shotgun formation. Taylor in the backfield next to him. LaFontaine in motion. Makes the handoff. Counters it to Levi Taylor. Taylor keeps going up near the 50. He'll be taken down about the 49-yard line. He was hit about the 46, 47, and kept going and stretched it out to the 49-yard line. He'll pick up 6 on the play. That'll bring 2nd and 4 for Bigfork. With just under a minute to go here in quarter number 1. And change of guys for the Vikings. Wallen, shotgun formation. Buckland out left. Looks like Epperly and LaFontaine in the slot out to the right. And quarterback Reed, Wallen takes it right up the middle, and he'll cross the 50 and takes it all the way down near the 45-yard line. And I think they're going to spot it right at the 45, maybe the 46. No, right at the 45, and that'll bring up a 1st and 10 for the Vikes, just short of the 45-yard line of the Panthers. 10 seconds to go. One receiver right, one receiver left. I formation are the Vikes. Wallen under center. Looks like a broken play. And Hurd will take it up across down the 40. As the first quarter sounds, he'll pick up 5 and 1st and 5. And in one quarter, as the Vikes trail 14-0, they're on the move at the 40-yard line of Jefferson. And a 2nd and 5 coming up. Thanks to our sponsors, Bigfork Harvest Foods for all your grocery needs, including all amazing bakery and deli. 8111 Highway 35 in Bigfork, 837-5010. Also, thank you to Gilliard Painting. Interior and exterior painting and staining needs, pressure washing, parking lot striping, property caretaking, Chip Gilliard, and Gilliard Painting at 1080 Swan Horseshoe Drive in Bigfork, 210-7794, or Bigfork at or Chip Gilliard at yahoo.com. Proud sponsors of Bigfork Vikings football. Well, the Vikings are definitely moving the football on them. Just got to take care of it. Got that key turnover. So it'll be 2nd and 5 from the 40-yard line of Jefferson. And Epperly will go out to the right. Buckland out to the left. I formation. Wallen under center. Throws it over the middle. Tight end Reed gives it up to Bjorgi. Bjorgi can't handle it as he takes it down near the 30 and going down to the ground, unable to control the pass. And it'll bring up 3rd and 5, and a nice pass there by Patrick Wallen to Isaac Bjorgi, but he can't quite hang on to it. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5 for the Vikings. It's got to make that key play to keep them going. Buckland will go out to the left. On this side, Epperly. LaFontaine in the slot. Wallen hands it off to LaFontaine. LaFontaine's going to cut it back in. Cuts it up the left side. Crosses down near the 35, down near, and keeps going. And finally they blow the whistle for forward progress. Takes it inside the 35. Looked like he was stopped out there. Breaks it back inside. Takes it down near the 33, and that'll be a 1st down for the Vikings. Needed to get to the 35. Needed 5. Picked up 8 on the play. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line of the Panthers. Buckland will go out to the left. Epperly out to the right. LaFontaine the slot right. Taylor next to Wallen in the backfield. Wallen shotgun formation. Snap. Looking to Reed. Throws it over the middle. And picked off. Intended for LaFontaine and picked off by number 18. And Taylor will take him down at the 49 of Bigfork as the pass is forced in, and Josiah Williams steps in front of it, the linebacker, and picks it off, takes it all the way back in Bigfork territory at the 49. Like we talked with the coach at the beginning of the game, the turnover battle. Got to win the turnover battle, take care of the football. 2-1 here so far. Vikings turning it over twice, and the Panthers turning it over once. So Vikes will go on defense. 2 receivers right, 2 left, shotgun formation. Receiver in motion. Quarterback's going to drop back deep. Looking deep. Oh, over the head of Epperly. Oh, and caught on the backside as Epperly jumps up. Epperly tips it, but picked up by Jackson Yanzik. I thought that was going to drop. Takes it inside the 20, down near the tight 19. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Panthers. As Epperly, all 6'2" of them, tries to get up and gets a piece of the ball, but quite can't knock it down. And a completion for the Panthers. Trips to the left, shotgun formation, single receiver out right, and a running back next to him. Hands off to the running back. Janzik right up the middle. Hit there. Wallen on the tackle for Bigfork. Down near the 10-yard line. They'll spot it right at the 10. Got to get to the 9, so 2nd and 1 for the Panthers. And the Vikes need a big stop here. Either stop them or come up with a turnover. Single receiver out to the left. Trips to the right on the field side. Shotgun formation is Morris. Takes the snap, hands it off inside, and met him immediately. In on the stop, Luke Benson. Levi Taylor also there. It'll bring it inside the 10 down to the 8-yard line, and 1st and goal from the 8 for the Panthers. Janzik back in. He'll replace Stock. Those two seem to be changing out at running back for the Panthers. One receiver out to the right, trips to the left. Shotgun formation is Morris. Janzik behind him. Going to hand it off to Janzik. Inside handoff. Taylor right there reading it. And Taylor on the stop. They're going to spot it about the 6. Maybe picked up 1. It'll be 2nd goal from the 6-yard line. And the Vikings need to step up here. Stock comes back in for Janzik at running back. Panthers. They'll go 2 receivers to the right, single to the left. Shotgun formation. Eye back behind the quarterback, Morris. Looks. Morris is going to run out to the right, looking to throw it. And, caught there. Nearly knocked away by the Vikings. And nearly picked off. Caught there by number 18, I believe, Josiah Williams. Number 40 on for the extra point fight. Dylan Root for the Panthers here in quarter number 2. Kick is up, and it is good by Root. 8:32 to go here in quarter number 2 till halftime, and the Vikings trail 21-0 on your Tall Pine scoreboard with 2 pool tables, a shuffleboard, 9 TVs for all your games on the big screen. And right now the kitchen is closed but usually open as Rodney recovers. Our thoughts and prayers out to Rodney as he recovers. Head on down to the Tall Pine for all your football needs, either college and NFL, with those 9 big screens. They're located in the Old Town Center, 8111 Highway 35, Bigfork, Montana. Tom and Janine Bobian, say hi to those folks and thank them for sponsoring Bigfork High School football. All right, the Vikings need to take care of the football and get a score on the board. Buckland, LaFontaine, and Wyatt Hurd back deep. 33 again. Smartnick kicking off. Kicks it deep. Over Buckland's head. Buckland looking to the 5-yard line, 6-yard line. He's going to pick it up. Buckland with nobody there to help block for him. He thought he was going to run in the end zone and did not. Brings it out to about the 12-yard line as it just died about the 5 or 6-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 7 for the Vikings. Or excuse me, at the 12 for the Vikings. Dropping down 39 degrees now here in Boulder on a cool night. And Fisher out to the right. Buckland out to the left. Shotgun formation. And flag flies as Taylor catches it, runs it up near the 15-yard line, and there's a flag right at the line of scrimmage, and we'll get the call here momentarily. False start on the Vikings. It's usually a dead ball, and they stopped that right away rather than running the play. That'll cost them 5, taking them back to the 7, and 1st and 15. Vikings need to go in the other direction here as Buckland will head out to the left. Fisher out to the right. LaFontaine in the slot out to the left. Taylor next to Wallen, the shotgun formation in the backfield. Wallen snaps, looking. And his pass is batted down in the end zone as he tries to get it out of there. And number 59, James Nathan, knocking it down for the Panthers. That's going to bring up 2nd and 15 for the Vikings. Buckland gives the play to Wallen. Two receivers out to the left. Shotgun formation is Wallen. Taylor right next to him. Snap. Tries to get it out. Throws it over the head. And off the hands of LaFontaine. Incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd and 15 as Wallen tries to get it across over the top of the defense. It'll be 3rd down for the Vikings. So 3rd and 15 for Bigfork. And Bigfork will take the first time out here in the first half. I think the coaching staff thought it was 4th down instead of 3rd down. That penalty took them back and made it 1st and 15. And they ran 2 plays. So it is 3rd and 15 at their own 7. With 8:11 to go here till halftime. You know, I see the Vikings, they can actually move the football, but the turnovers, the fumble and then the interception, on the interception a little bit forced. The guy was covered. The linebacker just picked it off. Got to take care of the football here tonight. And that big play on the opening kickoff return, letting that guy run right down the middle. Well, Vikings have a chance. They got to get back into this one. They need to score before halftime. That last pass had to throw it over the linebacker and a bit tall as we jumped up and tried to get it. And it'll be 3rd down and 15 for the Vikings. The offense stays on the field. And Fisher will go out to the right. Out to the left is Buckland. LaFontaine in the slot on the right side. Taylor stands right next to Wallen in shotgun formation. Wallen looking. Shuffles it out to Levi Taylor. Taylor will take it up and out of bounds near the original line of scrimmage. But that's going to bring up 4th down for the Vikings, and they're going to have to punt from deep in their own territory. That'll bring on Ferrier, Joseph Ferrier, the punter for the Vikes. He picks up 4 and 4th and 11. It'll be at about the 10. So Ferrier. Back deep is Yanzik to receive for the Panthers. Kicks it off the side of his foot and going Going to roll out of bounds about the 20-yard line. Right off the side of Ferrier's foot. And I can't see from here. It's either at the 20 or 21-yard line of Bigfork. We'll call it the 20, just short of it. And 1st and 10, a short field for the Panthers. And 1st and 10 for them in Bigfork territory. Well, Vikings need to come up with a big play here. Turnover. Stop. Morris will go under center. I formation. 2 receivers out to the right. He's going to fake. Look, Morris looking to throw it deep. He's got a man in the end zone. Oh. And Buckland went to go up. Got knocked down by the receiver. Wallen right there. And drops incomplete. Almost looked like offensive pass interference there as he tries to go up for it, but no flag on the play. And 2nd and 10. They'll go in trips to the right. Single receiver out left, tight. Shotgun formation is Morris. Yanzik next to him. Morris looking, rolls right, rolls away from pressure, looking to run it. Brought up and run out of bounds on the far side by LaFontaine. And 3rd down and about 4 inside the 15 and about the 14-yard line for the Panthers. 7:40 to go here till halftime. The Vikings trailing 21-0 on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Morris, shotgun formation. Yanzik right next to him in the backfield. 1 receiver in motion, fakes it to him, gets it to Yanzik inside. LaFontaine in on the tackle, along with Levi Taylor. Or check that, 71, that's Rob Kaiser in on the tackle. 4th and 2 right here. We need to stop. The Vikings do. A big 4th down play right here. And the Panthers are going to take a timeout with 7:13 to go here till halftime. And a big 4th down and 2 play coming up for the Vikings defense. And the Vikings trailing 21-0 on your UPS store of Bigfork scoreboard. For all your printing and shipping needs, see Brad Stoddshill and the gang at the UPS store. They located at 439 Grand Avenue, Bigfork, 837-2002. Tell Brad hi. And thanks for sponsoring Bigfork High School football and the Vikings. And congratulations to Carly Stoddshill. 2 years cancer-free. That's great to hear. Cheerleaders doing a little bit dancing out here. Big 4th down stop coming up. The Vikings need that right here. They can't afford to give the Panthers another score. And they need to have plenty of time to take it down and drive it down the field. Need to get that offensive rhythm in place. So they'll stack 2 receivers out to the left, 1 receiver to the right, and shotgun formation. 1 receiver in motion. Looks like wide right and brought down. Takes him outside the 10. I don't think he got the 1st down. He run out of bounds, and they're going to spot it at the 12-yard line. And he's going to be short as Buckland was able to run him out of bounds. Looked like they tried to run the Wildcat as Morris was not in it there. And the number 26, that's Avery Stiles on the shotgun, or excuse me, the Wildcat for the Panthers. So a big stop by the Vikes. They're going to take over at the 11. And 1st and 10 here by the Vikings. And plenty of time to go here till halftime. Need to move the ball and drive it down the field. Buckland will go out to the left. Two tight ends. Fisher out right. Shotgun formation. Here's Wallen. Wallen looking. Hands off to Taylor. Taylor up the middle. Taylor will take it across. Maybe gained a yard on the play out to the 12 and 2nd and 9 for the Vikings. Hurd will come the ball game for Bigfork. So change of personnel. Wallen calling the play. Got to hurry up, get to the line of scrimmage, make sure. Buckland will go out to the left. Hurd will go to the right. No, I formation. Wallen under center. And Wallen fakes, looking to roll, looking to find the tight end. Bjorgi can't handle on the sideline. Falls incomplete across the 20. And it'll bring up 3rd and 9 for the Vikings. So a change of personnel. Hurd comes out. LaFontaine in for the Vikes. Brings the play into Wallen. Wallen into the huddle. And Fisher will come in for Bjorgi. That'll put Fisher out to the right. Buckton wide right. LaFontaine and Abney stacked. Looking. Throwing deep. Buckland trying to go get it. Picked off by the Panthers. And Buckland plays cornerback. Knocks it out of bounds. Incomplete. Visser on the coverage. Breaks it up. Intended for Buckland. It'll bring up 4th and 9, and the Vikings will definitely have to punt deep in their own territory. Hopefully this time that Ferrier can get off a good punt. He's had a good year punting, so it's unusual for see him shank one there, as we call in golf when you shank it. So Ferrier, Janzik back deep to receive for the Panthers. Well, the defense moved and made the offense move, but they're going to call a false start on the Vikings. The defense never came across, but they kind of stood up on the snap count and made the Vikings move. That will cost them and move them back. That's going to put Ferrier in the end zone and kicking out of his own end zone. They'll take it back to the 7. And 4th and 14, and Ferrier to kick. This time he gets off a decent punt, rolls it out near the 40, and Janzik's going to pick it up. Taylor drops at him. Wyatt Hurd brings him down to the 40-yard line and fumble, and Hurd recovers it as Hurd comes in and hit Janzik after Taylor tripped him up. And caused Janzik to fumble it, does Hurd, and Hurd jumps on it, recovers it at the 40-yard line, a break the Vikings needed. So 1st and 10 for Bigfork at their own 40-yard line. I believe that's 2 turnovers apiece, or maybe 3-2. We'll check the stats at halftime. But the Vikings have new life. With 5:56 to go, trailing 21-0 on your Gear Your Painting scoreboard. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Wallen, shotgun formation. LaFontaine goes in motion. Hands off to him, trying to get him out wide right. Good blocking, get out the right. He's going up the left side across the 50, down to the 45, breaks it outside, across the 40, and down to the 35, and a flag flies late as LaFontaine runs it up the left side, gets it down inside the 40, and about the 35-yard line, and a flag flies deep from the back judge. And they're going to call holding on the Vikings at the 45-yard line. As we picked up 25 on the run. And that's going to come back on the holding at the 35. Or excuse me, the 45. And it's going to be 45-yard line as they wind the clock. It'll be 1st and 5. Trips to the left. One receiver, Fisher, to the right. Wallen, shotgun formation. Wallen looking, tosses it out to Taylor. And they've seen that play. Taylor never went down. He was sitting on top of the guy. And they say he's tackled at the 40. It looked like Levi was sitting on top of the guy, which is he's not touching down. He just kept on running, but they said he was down at the 40-yard line. He'll lose 5 on the play, 2nd and 10 for the Vikings. I've seen that before where Levi did that same thing, was on top of a guy. They blew it dead, but he kept going because was never touching down, but they're going to stop it here. 2 receivers out to the left. And timeout would be taken by the Vikings. And 2nd and 10 coming up for Bigfork. 4:41 to go, trailing 21-0. On your Bigfork Dental Center scoreboard. Hey, Dr. Aaron Price, her team at the Bigfork Dental Center are proud to support the Vikes and Vals athletics. See Dr. Aaron Price and her dental team for all your dental needs, including digital radiographs, tooth-colored fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, dentures, and much more. Now accepting new patients of all ages. Call today at 837-5611 or see bigforkdental.com. The Bigfork Dental Center, Dr. Aaron Price, thanks for sponsoring Bigfork Vikings football. Well, this is a non-conference battle, so it doesn't count in conference. The Vikings have already clinched a spot, and it'll be the 4 seed going in. So they'll play the number 1 seed out of the East in a couple weeks. They have senior night next week as they take on Eureka, the Lions, at Friday night at 7 o'clock. Here come the Vikings out. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, or 1 to the left, 1 to the right, 2 to the left. Shotgun formation is Wallen. Wallen looking to throw. And LaFontaine picks it up and catches it as it's going to the ground. Catches it about the 47 or 48-yard line. A nice pass. Wallen threw it behind him, but LaFontaine able to adjust and pick it before it hit the ground at the 47. Picks up 7 and 3rd down and 3. A manageable 3rd down for the Vikings. Buckland out to the left, wide. LaFontaine in the slot. Bjorgi. Wallen, shotgun formation. Fisher. Wallen on a read. Quarterback read. Wallen up the left side. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. And run out of bounds is Patrick Wallen on the quarterback read. And he'll take it down near the 30. Let's see where they spot it. They're going to spot it at the 29-yard line. Just inside the 30. We'll call it just short of the 29. And we'll call it 1st and 10 for the Vikes. And a nice play there by Patrick Wallen. Reads it, breaks out to the side to the left, and takes it up the left sideline and out of bounds. 1st and 10. 1 receiver to the right, 1 to the left. I formation are the Vikes. Taylor and Wyatt Hurd behind him. Hurd, left side, brought down. Yanzik right there. And Hurd's going to be stopped short of the 30-yard line. He may have lost 1 on the play. And they're going to spot it at the 31. And 2nd and a long 11, or we'll call it 2nd and 12 from just outside. We'll call it 31-yard line. They need to get out down near the 20, or just across the 20. 2 receivers left, 1 right. LaFontaine in motion, hands off to him. LaFontaine looking to run, looking to get outside. Can't get outside. And brought down there by number 26. As he's going to lose a few. Avery Stiles breaks in as block was missed on that one. Takes him back to the 39-yard line. And 3rd down and 20 for the Vikings. Well, the Vikes going backwards instead of forwards on their first 2 plays. And they got to come up with something right here. Buckland, wide left. LaFontaine in the slot wide, or out to the left. Fisher out to the right. Shotgun formation is Wallen. Taylor right next to him. Wallen looking to throw. Throws the screen to Taylor. Taylor looking to break it up. Gets waylaid by Yanzik late at about the 35-yard line. And this may be two-down territory. And it'll be, we'll call it fourth down in about 15. And looks like the Vikings are going to go for it here. Two-down territory. They need to score. They might as well go for it. And Buckland goes out wide to the left. LaFontaine in slot right. Fisher out to right. LaFontaine in motion. Fakes it. LaFontaine blocking. Here goes Wallen. Wallen out near the 30-yard line. Down about the 31. Has looked like a little bit of a broken play. I'm not sure what went on there. And it'll be stopped at the 31-yard line. It'll be turnover on downs as he picked up about 5 on the play. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 31 for the Panthers. Well, those first two plays cost the Vikings. It pushed them way backwards as they were making some movement down the field and need to get a stop here. They got to keep with 1:32 to go. On the Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard, trailing 21-0. They got to get a stop and not allow the Panthers to score here going into halftime. Quarterback rolls out, blocked away by 74. I believe that was David Wickwire. Couldn't get in, puts his hands up, knocks it down, and pass falls incomplete from the hands of quarterback Morris. Braden Morris for the Panthers. That'll bring up second down, 2nd and 10 from the 31 for Jefferson. And they'll put one receiver out to the left. Trips out to the right on the field side. Shotgun formation is Morris. Snap. Looking. Pressure. Getting to him. Throws it and can't complete it as pressure is being put on the quarterback. And Stiles can't quite come up with it on the sideline. It'll bring up 3rd down and 3rd and 10 for the Panthers at their own 31-yard line. With 1:22 to go here till halftime. James LaFontaine with you, the voice of the Vikes and Vows from Boulder, Montana. Not Boulder, Colorado, Boulder, Montana. Jefferson High School. Third and 10, 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. Shotgun formation is Morris. Morris looking to score, going to get the pressure on it. Looking to throw, throws it up deep, and overthrows. And getting behind the defense was number 26, Avery Stiles, and falls incomplete. Hurd on the coverage along with Buckland, and it'll bring up 4th down. And I believe Jefferson will punt, and going back deep to receive the number 11, George Buckland, number 24, Keenan LaFontaine, and I can't quite see who the punter is from here. Kicks it deep. LaFontaine grabs it at the 30. Going to run up inside. Going to break it out to the right side. Breaks it across the 40 to the 45 to the 50. Lowers his shoulder across the 50. Crosses to the 48 and brought down there by number 21, Carter McCauley. And they're going to mark it. Takes it across into Jefferson territory at the 49, so a 21-yard return. And Vikings will go 1st and 10, 1:03 to go here to halftime. Just move it down the field, got plenty of time. I believe they have 2 timeouts left. Fisher out right, trips to the left. Wallen, shotgun formation. Taylor right next to him. Wallen looking, and he's taken down at the 45-yard line by number 53, Carter Pettis. Got in on the stop. Second and 16. Two receivers right, two to the left. Shotgun formation is Wallen. Wallen looking. Throws it deep. He's got Wyatt Hurd, overthrows him at about the 43-yard line of Jefferson. And it'll bring up 3rd and 16 from the 45 of Bigfork. 31 seconds to go to halftime. Just don't turn it over. Buckland, Hurd out to the left. Fisher and I think it's Bjorgi out to the right. Shotgun formation. Throws it over the middle to Buckland. Picked off there by Jefferson. Number 6 on the return. Tripped up by Wallen. Is picked off by number 6. That's Joey Visser. And brings it out into Bigfork territory and taken out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. Check that, the 35 of Bigfork, and 22 seconds to go. That's something they should have not done. They can't force it in there. Another turnover by the Vikings, and given Jefferson an opportunity before halftime with 22 seconds to go, and 1st and 10 from the Vikings' 35-yard line. Well, the defense needs to step up here big time. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Shotgun formation. Running back in motion is one of the receivers. Looking to throw is Morris. Pressure put on him. Runs out of bounds to stop the clock. And he's going to go out of bounds at the 33, so he picks up 2. 2nd and 8 and 17 seconds to go till halftime. Look, Morris is trying to get out and try to throw something deep. And he'll put 2 receivers out to the left, Visser and Yanzik, and 2 to the right. Shotgun formation is Morris. Morris looking. Vikings got to put pressure on him. And throws it over the middle. Oh, picked off nearly by Buckland. And Buckland knocks it away from Wallen and almost picked off. It pass intended there for number 6, Joey Visser. It'll bring up 3rd and 8 as the Vikings nearly came up with that turnover. 12 seconds to go. Vikings got to make sure they stop Jefferson, not allow him to score before halftime. Have an opportunity because they'll get the second half kickoff. 2 receivers out to the right, 2 to the left. As shotgun formation goes Morris. Morris looking, takes a snap. Pressure coming from Bigfork. Throws it up, and Buckland beat on the play as he gets turned around and caught there. By number 26, Avery Stiles, as he catches it falling backwards and falls in the end zone for a touchdown. And the Vikings in trouble here before halftime, giving that up with 5 seconds to go. Number 44. Check that, number 40. Root on for the extra point try for Jefferson. Kicks it up. And it's good by Root. So 5 seconds to go till halftime. And Vikings give up a big play. And they're trailing now 28-0 on your Gilliard Painting scoreboard. The only saving grace is the Vikings can return one for a touchdown and pay back. They can score before halftime. That would be good because they get the second half kickoff here in Boulder, Montana at Jefferson High School. Like I said, it was 39 degrees earlier It's supposed to cool down to about 30. Still shows 39 currently. No, down to 38, and is mostly clear, though. So that means it's going to be cold one tonight. All right, back deep. Buckland, LaFontaine, and Hurd. Kicking off is number 33, Caleb Smartnick for Jefferson from their 40. He's going to squib kick it. Isaac Bjork is going to pick it up. Looking to take it up to the top to the 50-yard line, and over on the far side, Bjorgi picks it up to about the 40, takes it out into Jefferson territory at about the 48-yard line. It'll be halftime. And the Vikings trailing at halftime 28-0 on your Gilliard Painting scoreboard. Interior and exterior painting and staining, pressure washing, parking lot striping, property caretaking. Chip Gilliard. Contact him and Gilliard Painting at 1080 Swan Horseshoe Drive in Bigfork, 210-7794, or Chip Gilliard at yahoo.com. Proud sponsors of Vikings football. All right, we'll take a break and get back to you in about 2 minutes with your halftime stats here from Boulder, Montana, as the Vikings trail 28-0 at halftime. James LaFontaine with you, the voice of the Vikes and the Vowels. Be back momentarily with your halftime stats. All right, welcome back to Boulder, Montana at halftime. And your halftime is brought to you by the Montana Athletic Club. What's keeping you from getting fit with discounted guest passes? Personal training, Pilates, 850 Holt Drive in Bigfork, 837-2582. Doug and Nancy Malum over at the Montana Athletic Club. You see them, tell them thank you for sponsoring Bigfork Vikings football here on the road as the Vikings trail 28-0 at halftime. Taking a look at halftime stats, their leaders, Wallen, 6 of 17, 28 yards, and a couple picks. Wallen also leading in rushing, 5 carries and 28 yards. Receiving, LaFontaine with 3 for 25 yards. Jefferson, Morris, their quarterback, 5'11", 66 yards and 2 touchdowns. Janzik, 9 carries, 48 yards and 1 touchdown. And Stiles, 1 reception, 33 yards and a touchdown. Well, looking at the rest of your team stats, number of plays, it's pretty even. Bigfork has 34, Jefferson 28, but the offense different, 176 yards for Jefferson and 102 for Bigfork. Time of possession, Bigfork 12:48, 11:07 for Jefferson. Pretty even there. Rushing attempts, there's the difference. 17 for 74 for Bigfork and 17 for 110 yards for Jefferson. Passing again, 66 to 28. 2 interceptions, no interceptions for Jefferson, but Bigfork 1 fumble and 1 lost, and 2 fumbles by Jefferson recovered by Bigfork. So losing the turnover battle 3-2 overall. First downs 8-4 Jefferson over Bigfork, and then third down 3 of 9 for Bigfork. 1 of 4 is only for Jefferson, and both 0 for 2 on fourth down attempts by Bigfork, 0 for 1 for Jefferson. Penalties, pretty even, 4 for 30 for Bigfork, 3 for 20 yards for Jefferson. And looking at individual stats again, Wallen, 6 of 17, 28 yards, and 2 interceptions. But rushing, he has 5 attempts, 28 yards. LaFontaine with 4 for 17. Taylor, same thing, 4 for 17. And Wyatt Hurd, 4 for 12. Wyatt did a good job running up in the middle there as well. Receiving stats, 3 for 25 yards. LaFontaine leading the way. Levi Taylor, 3 for 3. And Hurd, Buckland, and Bjorgi passes but couldn't hang on to him. Defensive leading the way is George Buckland, 4 tackles, 3 solo, 2 assists. Taylor, 3 solo. Abney with 2 solo, 1 assist. Postal Wait, 1 solo, 2 assists. LaFontaine has 1 solo, 1 assist. Wallen with 1 solo, Epperly 1. Benson, Kaiser, Abney, Bjorgi, and Trey get in there with helping out as well. Ferrier, 3 for 77 on punting. Wallen 1 for 29, but Ferrier, that one he kicked off the side of his foot, really hurt his average, and it's not bad besides that one going off his foot. Punt returns, LaFontaine 2 for 50 yards. Kick-off returns, Bjorgi 1 for 23, LaFontaine 1 for 14, Buckland 1 for 8, and Ferrier 1 for 1 overall. The Vikings get the second half kickoff, and they need to take it down and score. The turnovers, I think, got themselves going at times, but not a rhythm for the offense yet. I thought they got going, and then they had that fumble early, and then again got going again, and then they throw the interception. So basically beating themselves. It didn't start off very good with the Vikings on the opening kickoff. You let Janzik run right up the middle, untouched. He goes all the way back for the touchdown. So they need to clean some things up and get things going. Again, the Vikings trailing halftime 28-0 here in Boulder, Montana. Jefferson High School should be warming up out there, hopefully. And what happens is Boulder or Jefferson plays Manhattan next week to find out their final seeding. They could be, if they lose to Manhattan, a 4 seed out of the South. That means the 4 seed out of the South has to head up and take on Fairfield, the 1 seed out of the North. We already know Bigfork pretty much, no matter what happens next week against Eureka, both Loyola and Florence have the tiebreakers with them, and they play tonight for second and third. So Bigfork's going to get the 4 seed, and it looks like Eureka, who beat both Florence and Loyola, is probably the 1 seed. But it's senior night next week. I believe we have 6 seniors. We'll honor those guys before the game, and so you want to get out there early to check out those seniors who will be graduating this year. Again, Bigfork is a young, inexperienced team, and at times you return. That's left, and we'll kick off here probably in about 6 minutes, the second half kickoff. So I'll be back with you momentarily. This is James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikings of the House. Thanks for listening to Viking Football on BFSD Events here on YouTube. We'll be back momentarily from Boulder, Montana. All right, welcome back to Boulder, Montana. James LaFontaine with you, the voice of the Vikes of Owls. Got a couple minutes, and we'll get the second half kickoff underway. The Vikings deferred and will receive. I think they get on the scoreboard. They believe, and then they can move from there. So Jefferson, they got a good team. They got some speed. We knew that coming in. 4-2, losing to Fairfield and Townsend in close ball games. Out of the South, and they have a big game next week against Manhattan. We have a big game against Eureka and the Lions at home on senior night. Want to see you all out there for that as well. And it's time for the Vikings to, return one to the house. Pay the favor back, right? Take that second half kickoff and run it all the way back. Hey, I've seen that before where tale of two halves. Just got to get with it here in the second half. All right, 28-0 the Vikings trail, but a new half to begin here on your Tall Pine scoreboard. Hey, say hi to Tom and Babineau. Down there at the Tall Pine. 2 pool tables, shuffleboard, 9 TVs for all your games on the big screen, and the kitchen is always open during football season. But right now I understand it's closed because Rodney is sick, but he's got some medicine. Things are getting taken up, so our thoughts and prayers with Rodney as he recovers down there at the Tall Pine. Still a lot of great football, a great place to watch football at the Tall Pine. In the Old Town Center, 8111 Highway 35 in Bigfork, Montana. Thanks to Tom for sponsoring Bigfork Vikings football. Wallen coming out late for the Vikes out of the locker room. And out there, Vikings getting ready to receive the second half kickoff. Thanks for joining us on BFSD Events Bigfork Vikings football. And kicking off, it'll be number 33, Caleb Smartnick for Jefferson, kicking out of the south, heading north. Hurt, along with LaFontaine, back to receive deep, and George Buckland as well. So here we go from Boulder, Montana. Kicks it deep. LaFontaine about the 10-yard line. He's going to bring it straight through the middle. Going to break out to the left side. Then breaks it back inside. Takes it up near the 30-yard line. He'll get knocked down about the 29. Brings it out about 19 yards. They're going to spot it right at the 29. And 1st and 10 for the Vikes at their own 29-yard line. So a good return. That's a good start. Didn't get it to the house, but we can drive it down the field. So the Vikings will go on offense with the 1st and 10 from the 29. And Fisher will go out right. Looks like Buckland out to the left. Panthers were right there to read it as 71. Cohen Justy gets in on the tackle as he meets Levi Taylor in the backfield on the yard line. Two receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left. And Wallen goes shotgun formation. LaFontaine in motion. Handoff to Taylor up the middle. He'll get back near, I believe, at the 25-yard line. They're going to spot at the 25, and 3rd and 14 just outside the 25. May have lost a half a yard or a yard on that play. And 3rd and about 15 for Bigfork. Fisher will go out wide to the right. LaFontaine in the slot to the right. Buckland out to the left. Wallen in shotgun formation. Taylor next to him. Wallen going to roll right. Looking. Has nowhere to run. Throws it up. And throws it out to the left side. Incomplete. Not sure who that was intended for. but he throws it across the line of scrimmage. He was out of the tackle box, so it is not a grounding call, intentional grounding call, that is. So that'll bring up fourth down, 4th and 15, and the Vikings will have to punt, and Joseph Ferrier will come to the ball game to punt. Yanzik in to return for Jefferson. It's Ferrier. And a flag flies, and the defense may have drawn the offense off as he crosses the line of scrimmage. The defense does, and the offense reacting that. We'll see what the call is. And call dead ball. They'll call illegal motion on the Vikings. I saw 71 come across the line of scrimmage, causing the offensive guy to react. I would have called defensive encroachment. So 4th and 20 for the Vikes. And Ferrier back deep to punt at about his 10-yard line. Gets it off right down the middle. Bounces around the 50, down to the 45, and taking a Viking bounce all the way down inside the 40. Levi Taylor will touch it down about the 40-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Jefferson on their own 40-yard line with 10:20 to go here in quarter number 3. Well, Bigfork's defense needs to come up big here in the second half. We could use a turnover and slow down this Jefferson team, a very talented team and very fast team is Jefferson. 2 receivers, one left, one right. Shotgun formation, handoff to Yanzik. Yanzik looking. LaFontaine's going to reach out and grab him and pull him down from behind. And a flag flies. Picks up 5 on the play. And 2nd and 5. I thought a flag flew, but apparently not. It'll be 2nd and 5 from about the 45 of Jefferson. Excuse me. And one receiver out to the right, one to the left. Shotgun formation is Morris. Takes the snap, hands off to Yanzik. Yanzik cuts it back in, cuts to the outside. And he's going to take it inside, brought down and ridden down there as he crosses the 40 down to the 35. It's Isaac Bjorgi taking him down at about the 35-yard line. Then to say reaches down to the 34. Inside the 34 to 1st and 10 as he's at the Bigfork 34-yard line. Yanzik is a fast little guy for Jefferson. Morris, shotgun formation. Yanzik right next to him. One receiver out to the right, one to the left. Snap. Look and throw. And brought down is the quarterback, Morris. LaFontaine on the linebacker. Coming in, just missing him. Brought down there by 67 postal weight at the 30. Check that 36-yard line. He's going to lose 2. 2nd and 12. And 3 receivers out to the right. Trips right, single receiver left. Shotgun formation is Morris. Morris hands off to Stock, brought down there immediately at the 35-yard line by Levi Taylor. As the handoff is to Stock from Morris. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 11. And a big 3rd down right here for the Vikes. Panthers will try to throw. Probably on this play. Trips out to the right. Single receiver left. Stock next to Morris. Shotgun formation for the Panthers. The snap looking. Morris looking out. Gets it out to the right side. And Epperly gets pushed in the back. There comes the flag. That's going to be a block in the back definitely on the Panthers on the far side. But they're going to be short. Get down near the 30-yard line. And that flag, I believe, is going to be called against the Panthers as Epperly tried to come in and make the play and got pushed in the back, and they're talking to Bigfork, so that is the call. Block in the back, right at the 34-yard line, and that should cost them 10 yards. It'll bring up a long third down. It'll be at the 44-yard line, and they got to get down to the 24. Easy math, 3rd and 20. So Vikings need to come up with a big one right here. Panthers will go 2 receivers out to the right. Make that 3 trips. Single receiver left. Morris, stock right behind him. Morris looking. No Yanzik in there. Morris looking to throw deep, and Bigfork right there picked off by Epperly. Epperly brings us across the 40 and run out of bounds as Epperly steps in front of the pass intended for Visser at about the 30-yard line, brings it back across near the 40, and they're going to spot it about the 39-yard line. So a big play by Bigfork and their defense here in the second half. I'll give the Vikings a football, 1st and 10 from their own 39-yard line. Two receivers to the right, or make that trips to the right. One receiver to the left, Buckland. Shotgun formation is Wallen. Wallen throws it out. Fisher on the screen. Brought out, throwing him back by Santana Page. And he'll lose maybe a yard on the play. Back to the 38-yard line. And it'll bring up 2nd and 11 for the Vikings. .6:48 to go here in the third quarter, and the Vikings trail. Fisher out right. 3 receivers to the left. Buckland, Abney, LaFontaine. Shotgun formation. Gives it off to Taylor. Taylor right up the middle. Gonna run, breaks it outside. He's at the 50. And across the 45 down to near the 43. Brought down there by Stiles. And Levi nearly breaks it up the right side, takes it well within Panther territory down to their 44-yard line, and a 1st and 10 for the Vikings at the Panther 44-yard line. Fisher will come out to the right. LaFontaine to the slot right. Abney and Buckland out to the left. Levi moves to the left side of Wallen in shotgun formation for the Vikes. LaFontaine goes in motion. Fakes the handoff. Hands it off to Levi Taylor. Taylor across the 45, across the 44, down in the 43. Maybe have gained a yard. We'll see where they're going to spot that. They're going to maybe a half a yard, and 2nd and 9 for the Vikings. Buckland and Abney will head out to the left. LaFontaine the slot. Fisher out to the right. Taylor, backfield next to Wallen. Shotgun formation for the Vikes. Snap. Wallen looking. Going to run it right up the middle. And couldn't quite get away. Couldn't find anybody open. And a little bit quarterback draw. Maybe he gained a yard. He did. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 8 for Bigfork at about the 43-yard line. Buckland out to the left. Fisher out wide right. I formation. Taylor. Hurd behind Taylor. Wallen under center. Looking. This time, Isaac Bjorgi hangs on it. Takes it across the 35 down near the 34. It'll be close to a 1st down. We'll see where they spot it. They're going to spot it at the 34-yard line. And that'll be a 1st down for the Vikes. So the tight end read over the middle from Wallen to Bjorgi takes it down to the 34-yard line, and 1st and 10 for Bigfork. And they needed that. Keep that ball moving. The offense right here with 4:28 to go here in quarter number 3. Buckland will go out to the left. Fisher to the right. Wallen under center. I formation. Taylor. Hurd behind Taylor. And he gets the defense to jump as the flag flies. And that should be defensive encroachment. We'll see here momentarily. Dead ball, defensive encroachment. Wallen gets 71 to jump on that. That's Cohen Juicy. And that'll cost 5 yards to the Panthers. It'll be 1st and 5 at the 29-yard line of Jefferson. Buckland out to the left. Fisher to right. I formation. Taylor. Hurd behind him. Wallen under center. Wallen gives it to Hurd. Hurd inside and hit there by number 26 and brought down by Stiles as he crosses the 30 and takes it down near the 27-yard line. And 2nd and 4 for Bigfork. Buckland out to the left. LaFontaine in the slot on the left side. Fisher by himself on the right side. Wallen will go in shotgun formation with Taylor. And it looks like officials timeout right here. Checking on officials calling a timeout. They're not sure what's going on here. Looks like 57 has to come out of the ball game for maybe an injury here. Looks like something with his left hand or his equipment, not sure. Hey, Wallen, shotgun formation. Taylor right next to him. Hands off to Taylor. Taylor breaks it back in, breaks out the left side, trying to get away, trying to get down to the 25, got down to about the 26-yard line. We'll see where they spot. It's going to bring up a 3rd down. They're at the 26. They need to get down to the 24, and we'll call it 3rd and 2 for the Vikings. And I believe this is 2-down territory for the Vikings as they're trailing. 2 receivers out to the right, Fisher. LaFontaine in the slot. Buckland out to the left by himself. Wallen, shotgun formation. Taylor in the backfield right next to him on the right side. Wallen looking to throw. Breaks it back in. Gets close to the first down as he crosses the 25. Down near the 24. It's going to depend on the spot. And Pettis on the stop. And stops it at the 25, about a half yard short. So bring up 4th down for Bigfork. And a big play for the Vikes right here. They need to get this 1st down and keep moving the ball down the field. As 2:15 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. Fisher will go out to the right. LaFontaine the slot to left. Buckland out far left. Hurd. And the flag flies as Bjorgi didn't remember the snap count, and that's going to cost the Vikings 5 as illegal procedure is going to push them back. Instead of 4th and 1, it's going to be 4th and 6. A little less than 5. We'll call it 5. We'll have to call it 6 here. 4th and 6 for the Vikes. That may change the play that Coach had called. Fisher will go out wide to the right. LaFontaine slot to left. Buckland wide left. Shotgun formation. Taylor right next to Wallen. Wallen looking. He's got somebody deep. Buckland. Oh, nearly. As the pass gets over the defense and Buckland can't quite come up with it near the end zone. It'll be turnover on downs. And it'll be Jefferson's ball. And a 1st and 10. Yeah, we needed 5 yards. I'm not sure why they went deep. Buckland almost broke it out, but couldn't quite hit him on that. Vikings turn it over on downs. A 1st and 10 at the 30 for Jefferson. Bigfork just needs a positive thing to happen and get a score on the scoreboard. I think that would change everything here in Boulder, Montana. Janzik with a carry, takes it across. Epperly in on the stop, along with Benson. Janzik picks up about 8, I believe. 9 out to 39, and 2nd and 1 for the Panthers. And the Panthers will go trips to the left, to the wide side. One receiver to the right. And shotgun formation is Morris. Yanzik right next to him. Nope, it is thrown out here and run out of bounds as Buckland will take the completed, takes Joey Visser out of bounds short of the 50 at the 49-yard line. As the pass is complete from number 26, Stiles, in the Wildcat formation for Jefferson. It'll be 1st and 10 at their own 49 for the Panthers. 45 seconds to go here in quarter number 3. Trips to the left. Single receiver right. Shotgun formation. Morris. Or check that. Stiles is back. And Yanzik on the carry. Levi Taylor Wallen in on the stop. Bjorgi as well for the Vikes. Takes it into Viking territory at the 46. Picks up about 5. We'll call it 2nd and 5. One receiver right. 3 trips on the left.
Trips this side.
And Stiles at quarterback for the Panthers. They'll get it down to the 35 as Taylor again in on a stop, along with Isaac Bjorgi. And that'll bring up 3rd and a long 4 as the quarter runs out. And the Vikings on their Bigfork Dental scoreboard trail 28-0 after 3 quarters complete here from Boulder County. That'll bring up a 3rd down, and the Vikings need a big stop here and get the ball back and have an opportunity to move it down the field. Seems like they get things going, and then something bad happens and stops them. So they need some positive and bring it out and get in the scoreboard. I think that will do a lot for their morale over there. Well, the Bigfork Dental Center, Dr. Aaron Price and the team at Bigfork Dental Center are proud to sponsor and support the Vikes and Vals athletics. See Dr. Aaron Price and her dental team for all your dental needs, including digital radiographs, tooth-colored fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, dentures, and much more. Now accepting new patients of all ages. Call today, 837-5611, or see bigforkdental.com. The Bigfork Dental Center, proud sponsors of Viking football. Also coming up next week on Thursday, the Valkyries be at home, senior night. Want to go out, it was the honor of the seniors, Valkyrie volleyball players. That'll be coming up on Thursday as they take on the Mission Lady Bulldogs, and that match for varsity is scheduled about 7. We'll have senior night before that. And next Friday, it is senior night for the Vikings as they take on the Eureka Lions. Kickoff is at 7. Get there about 6:30 or so. We'll honor the seniors before the ball game. So the fourth quarter ready to get underway. They got to put some time on the clock. They got zeros up there, and they need to put 12 minutes, I believe. And then we can get underway. There they go. And it'll be 3rd down. A 3rd and 4, a long 4. One receiver right, quarterback under center. And he's going to run it out is Stiles and runs it up across on the quarterback keeper inside about the 30-yard line as he picks up 15 on the play. They needed 4, and they got 15 in the first down at the Vikings' 30-yard line. And somebody missed that one there, not spying the quarterback. Down to the 30, 1st and 10 for the Panthers at the Viking 30-yard line. One receiver right, one left. Quarterback under center, I formation, hands it off to Yanzik. Yanzik up the middle and brought down. Taylor along with Hurd on the stop for Bigfork. And in at quarterback now, Avery Stiles replacing Braden Morris. I'm not sure what's wrong with Morris, why he's not in the game, or maybe the coach is just resting him on the sideline. But Stiles at quarterback, I formation. Going to hand it off the middle to Stock. Stock up the middle. Holds the Vikings. And the ball may have come out. And it looks like Bigfork has come up, but the football, we'll see what they call here. As Stock, and they separate everybody. And the Bigfork comes up with the turnover. Isaac Bjorgi down underneath. I'm not sure if Bjorgi came up with the ball. But Bjorgi was laying down there. I'm not sure which Viking did, but someone sure did. Looked like Isaac Bjorgi coming out of the pile as Stock fumbles it going in the middle. So that's a good turn for the Vikes. They'll take it over at about their 21-yard line. And 1st and 10, we'll call it the 22 actually. 1st and 10 for the Vikes. And they'll go trips out to the right. Single receiver left. Shotgun formation is Wallen. Taylor right next to him in the backfield. Wallen looking, running out, looking to throw deep. He's got Jimmy Abney. Abney with a catch across the 45 into Panther territory at about the 48-yard line. And a nice pass as a flag flies in the backfield. And I'm not sure. He looks like he picked it up and waving. Personal foul, roughing the passer, so they'll add another 15 yards on that as Wallen avoids one guy, breaks out to the left a little bit, then throws it deep for a breaking Jimmy Abney, hits it about the 45 of Bigfork, and he takes it across the 50 down to the 47. And that personal foul, roughing the passer, will cost him 15 more and take it inside the 35 down to the 32-yard line. That's a 15-yard penalty. 1st and 10 for the Vikes. They're going to spot at the 31 of the Panthers, and they'll send 3 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left. Wallen, shotgun formation. Taylor right next to him on his right side. Wallen with the handoff to Taylor. Taylor, left side, takes it down near the original line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Matter of fact, he lost about a half a yard. We'll call it 2nd and 11 for Bigfork. Fisher. Abney, LaFontaine out to the right. Epperly out to the left. Wallace, shotgun formation. Taylor. Throws it out to LaFontaine. Met immediately on the screen by 26 Styles. He read that one. He's going to lose it all the way back outside the 35, back to the 36-yard line. 3rd and 15. The Panthers saw that one on film and were right there to meet him as soon as he caught the ball. So 3rd and 15 for the Vikes at the own 36-yard line of Jefferson. Epperly, LaFontaine, the slide out to the left. LaFontaine goes in motion. Wallen fakes to him. Looks over the middle and has Abney wide open but throws it short and incomplete at about the 25-yard line. And it'll bring up 4th and 15 as Wallen's pass intended for Abney falls short. Wallen gets the play. 4th and 14. You got to go for it here, Bigfork does. They need something good to happen here. Get a first down. Fisher and Abney out to the right. LaFontaine and Epperly to the left. Wallen looking, throws it, looking to throw. As Taylor tries to hit LaFontaine on the halfback pass, throws it a bit high and out of bounds, incomplete. And the Panthers will take over on downs. Bigfork just can't catch a break tonight. Opportunities, but can't quite hit it tonight. Their offense a little out of sorts. And Panthers playing good defense. Looked like Morris is back in the game for the Panthers. As two receivers to the right, two to the left. And Styles will hand off. Number 5, Yanzik. And taken down is Yanzik. On the far side, a host of Vikings in on the stop. LaFontaine along with number 2, Wallen. Yanzik takes it across Bigfork into Bigfork territory at the 39 at 1st and 10 for the Panthers with 8:35 and counting. Trips to the right for the Panthers, single receiver to the left. And the quarterback under center. Takes the snap to Styles. Styles looking Yanzik. And right there, Luke Benson. LaFontaine in the blitz breaks up Yanzik and allow Benson to take him down for a loss back at the 44-yard line. As LaFontaine came in on the linebacker blitz on the near side and messed up the timing of the play by the Panthers. That'll bring up 2nd and 14 from the Vikings' 44-yard line for the Panthers, and they'll send trips out to the right, single receiver left. Shotgun formation is Styles, single running back next to him. Styles is going to roll out to the right and trying to get out of bounds, but he can't get past Buckland and LaFontaine. They run him out of bounds. Is Styles. Excuse me. That'll bring up 3rd and 8 and a big 3rd down right here for the Vikings. Styles, shotgun formation, trips to the left, single receiver to the right. Styles looking to pass, looking to throw the screen, and knocked away. You're not going to see this, but Jimmy Abney tipped it just a little bit, just enough so Jackson Yanzik couldn't come up with it at the 40-yard line. And a big play there by Jimmy Abney. It'll bring up 4th and 8 for the Panthers at the 37-yard line. And their punter, number 59, is James Nathan to punt. Buckland and back deep to receive for Bigfork. And Buckland lets it roll into the end zone. A smart play there by George Buckland, a touchback. It'll be Vikings football at their own 20-yard line. Here with 7:14 to go here in the ball game, and the Vikings trail 28-0 on your UPS Store of Bigfork scoreboard. For all your printing and shipping needs, 439 Grand Avenue, Bigfork, 837-2002. The UPS Store, Brad Stodshill and gang down there. Tell them thanks for supporting Bigfork Vikings football. Well, the Vikings come back out on offense. 2 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left. Wallen, shotgun formation. Taylor right next to him. Wallen looking. Keeps on quarterback keeper. Reads, takes it up the middle and out into the 25-yard line. And he'll pick up about 5 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 5 for Bigfork. 7 minutes and counting in the ball game. Buckland, along with Abney out to the left. Shotgun force by Wallen. And Wallen fumbles the snap as he tries to fake to Hurd and has to fall on it as Wallen. And he's going to lose all the way back to the 22-yard line, loses 3 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd and 8 for the Vikings. Fisher, LaFontaine to the right. Abney, Buckland to the left. LaFontaine in motion. LaFontaine looking to get outside, trying to run up and brought down from behind by number 18, Josiah Williams. Loses back to 19, loses 3 on the play. And it'll bring up 4th and 11. So the Vikings going the wrong direction. On a nice first play, they gained 5, then went backwards from there. And that'll bring on 34, Joseph Ferrier, to punt for the Vikings. And back deep at his 50, I believe that's Yanzik to receive for Jefferson. Punt, nice punt, end over end. Rolls it across the 50. Yanzik will pick it up and immediately stopped by Jackson Abney. As soon as Yanzik dropped down for that, Jackson could have jumped on that ball because as soon as he touched it, it's live. I'm surprised he didn't get away. But Jackson Abney stops him at the 47 and 1st and 10 for Jefferson. 5:10 to go in the ball game. And Jefferson 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line. So no scoring here in the second half. Styles hands off to Stock. Minute leading by Levi, but gets away. And then Buckland comes in on the stop along with Kaiser. And Buckland gets the tackle. Postal weight back in. Tight formation, one receiver out to the right. I formation, quarterback under center for Jefferson. Fakes the handoff, then gives it to Yanzik. And there's going to be flag flying in the backfield. That's, Stock. LaFontaine and Kaiser on the stop of Stock. And penalty is against Jefferson. It's holding in the backfield as he takes Benson down. He's trying to make the tackle, and that'll push him back 10 yards from the spot of the foul, which happened at the 50, all the way back to the 40. 2nd and 17. So 2nd and 17 from the 40. They got to get to the Bigfork 43-yard line. And they'll run 2 receivers out to the left under center, I formation, as they toss it out to Stock. Stock runs out the left side. And Postal Weight get on the stop along with, can't tell, that's 34, Joseph Ferrier as well, right at the 50, so he gains 10. And 3rd and 7. A big play here for Bigfork as the original quarterback, Braden Morris, comes in, and I believe he's moved to wide receiver while Styles is running the show. And he does. Styles at quarterback. But one receiver out to left, one to the right. Styles under center. I formation is Jefferson. And Bigfork jumps. And they're going to call defensive encroachment. A bunch of Vikings jumped across. One actually crossed the line of scrimmage on the snap, was coming on the blitz. And they'll give him 5. Instead of being 3rd and 7, it'll be 3rd and about 3, 3rd and 2. And a big stop needed here by the Vikes. Snap. Looking, trying to run it out. LaFontaine runs him out of bounds, but he crosses the 40 down near the 37 and picks up the first down, the bootleg by Styles. That penalty hurt him. Defensive encroachment gave him an extra 5. takes it down to the Viking 37-yard line, and 1st and 10 for Jefferson. 3:10 to go as the clock stops as he was run out of bounds, and the Vikings trailing 28-0 on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard. One receiver right, one receiver left. I formation. Styles under center. Fakes the handoff. Hands off to Yanzik. Yanzik hit and then brought down by Hurd on the stop along with Bjorgi as Yanzik take it inside the 30. And it'll bring up 2nd and about 3. One receiver left, one receiver right. Again, we're going to run an I formation. And Styles under center for Jefferson. Going to hand off, again, new running back number 21. And he's met immediately by Levi Taylor. Doesn't let him go this time as 21, Carter McCauley on the carry for the Panthers. He'll be short by a yard in 3rd and 1 at the 28. They got to get to the 27 of Bigfork. And 3rd and 1 for the Panthers with 2 minutes to go. One receiver right, one receiver left. I formation. Styles under center. Watch out for the quarterback keeper. He's going to hand it off again immediately. LaFontaine grabs him right away. Not before he gets the first down. And helped out by number 31 for Bigfork. That's Jordan Betts. Not before McCauley gets the first down as he takes it down to the 26. And 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Surprised they don't take a knee here. And looks like they're going to go in victory formation. That's classy by the Panthers. As they know they have the lead, they don't need another score. They're going to wait for the clock to run down and take the snap and take a knee. That's great sportsmanship by the Panthers. 1:12 to go and counting. Takes a snap, takes a knee, and they'll reset it. Loses about a yard. 2nd and 11. And all they're going to do is take a knee and then run the clock out. 50 seconds and counting. Looks like they're going to have to take it twice more on the snaps. Waiting for the back judge to start counting. Once he raises his hand, that's 5 seconds left. There he goes. And they're going to have to take one more knee. Maybe not. As they're shaking hands in 25 seconds and counting as they spot it. They're going to let their clock run out. That's going to be the end of your game. No scoring in the second half. And shaking hands. Good sportsmanship out there by both teams as they shake hands at the end. Shaking the ref's hands as well. Well, that's your final here from Boulder, Montana. The Vikings take this non-conference loss on the chin, 28-0 to Jefferson. It seemed like the Vikings couldn't get anything going. The turnovers cost them. We'll take a look at your full game stats here momentarily and be back here from Boulder, Montana in just a moment. All right, welcome back to Boulder, Montana. Jefferson High School. The Vikings take this one on the chin. Your Post game brought to you by Gilliard Painting, interior and exterior painting and staining, pressure washing, parking lot striping, property caretaking, Chip Gilliard and Gilliard Painting at 1080 Swan Horseshoe Drive in Bigfork, 210-7794, or Chip Gilliard at yahoo.com. Thanks you to Chip Gilliard for sponsor and Gilliard Painting for sponsoring Bigfork Vikings football. Taking a look at your full game stats. 28 points put up in the first half by Jefferson, and Bigfork could not recover from the opening kickoff that was returned for a touchdown. Bigfork game leaders for passing, Wallen was 10 of 24, 62 yards. And we'll get there. And no touchdowns, a couple interceptions. Levi Taylor, 10 carries, 35 yards. Jimmy Abney, 1 reception for 31 yards. Morris for Jefferson, 6 of 13, 68 yards, 2 touchdowns. Yanzik, 17 carries, 114 yards, 1 touchdown. Man, that kid's fast. Styles, 1 reception, 33 yards, and touchdown. Overall, for team, Bigfork ran 2 more plays than Jefferson, 54 to 52, but outgained offensively, 308 to 155, so basically doubled up. Time possession was pretty even, 24-12 for Bigfork, 23-48 for Jefferson, but rushing attempts, here's the big difference. Bigfork, 29 attempts for 93 yards. Jefferson, 37 for 230. And 10 of 25 completion for Bigfork, 7 of 15 for Jefferson. 62-yard passing, 78 for Jefferson. They did most of their stuff on the ground. 2 interceptions by Bigfork, 1 fumble lost, 1 interception thrown by Jefferson, and 3 fumbles lost. So we won the turnover about 4-3, but we couldn't take advantage of those. They doubled us up on first down, 7 of 14, and third down conversion, 4 of 15 for Bigfork, 4-11 for Jefferson. 0 for 5 on fourth down for Bigfork, 0 for 1 for Jefferson. Penalty yards, pretty much even. Both with 7, 45 yards against Bigfork, 60 against Jefferson. Okay. Wallen, overall, 10 of 24, 62 yards, and 2 interceptions. Levi Taylor, 0 for 1. Tried that one late. Couldn't quite complete it. Rushing. So Levi, 10 attempts, 35 yards. Wallen, 9 for 31. LaFontaine, 5 for 15. Hurd, 4 for 12. And Hurd had some good runs up in the middle. Bjorgi, 1 and didn't get any yards. Receiving, Abney had 1 reception for 31 yards and a nice play late, and then that's the one where Wallen got a roughing the quarterback call against him, so added another 15 onto that. So nice reception there by Abney. LaFontaine, 4 for 21. Bjorgi, 1 for 8. Levi Taylor, 3 for 3 yards. So they really held Levi down tonight. Walker Fisher, 1 for -1. Hurd, Buckland, and Goosey didn't catch that one. He got outside the tackle box. Goosey was the closest player there, so that's why you see Goosey getting a pass attempt at least. Buckland led the way on defense with 6 solo, 2 assists, 1 interception by Buckland. Taylor right behind him with 6, 5 solo, 2 assists. LaFontaine had 5 right behind him, 4 solo, 2 assists. Fletcher Postlethwaite with 4, Jackson Abney with 4, 3 and 2. Fletcher was on a tackle for a loss as well. Epperly with 2.5. Benson, Kaiser, and Bjorgi 2. Hurd 1.5. Wallen and Abney 1. And Trey and Jordan Betts with an assist. Punting stats, Ferrier 5 for 156 yards, including that one that he shanked, but then he really came back after that, really punting the ball well. Wallen 1 for 29. Punt returns, LaFontaine had 2 for 50 yards. Kick returns, 2 for 34 for LaFontaine. Bjorgi 1 for 23, Buckler 1 for 8, and Ferrier 1 for 1. Well, that's your final, their stats here. Bigfork taking on the chin. First time playing Jefferson and down here with a young team, but they battled pretty good. Down here just get the breaks and couldn't get their offense going and getting into a rhythm and gave it up some big plays. This is James LaFontaine with you from Boulder, Montana. The voice of the Vikes and the Vows. Thanks for listening and tuning into Viking football here on Friday night. We'll be in action next Friday at home as senior night, 7 o'clock, take on the Eureka Lions. Be there early as we honor our seniors. And then we'll have the first round of the playoffs for you, hopefully, as we'll head, as the 4 seed will be heading out east. And we'll find out who that opponent's going to be coming up on November 2nd. But one more final game next week on the 25th as we take on the Eureka Lions. For now, have a great night, and thanks for tuning in. And good night from Boulder, Montana.